What's up, yo? Alright, guys, welcome to the second installment of Fyzkz Outreach on the Streetz. But today, the only difference is we're going to start in church today. We're going to get a Holy Ghost going, and we're going to talk about some light. So, the first thing I want to do is read a passage from Genesis, and then we'll go from there. So, in the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. And the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters, and God said, "Let there be light." And there was light. And God saw the light, and it was good. And God divided the light from the darkness. And God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And the evening and the morning were the first day. Alright, so we're going to talk a little bit about some light today, yo. And this is kind of a cool passage because it offers one way of looking at how light works with the world and stuff like that. So I want to talk a little bit about the physics of light, though. The physics of light is pretty freaking sweet. So you know when you be walking outside, right? Be hot as a mug, yo. That sun just be all up in your face like this. And that's, man, and you're like, come on, man, it's already like 105 degrees out here. Can you have a little bit of mercy on me, right? That's what we all be thinking, especially right now in St. Louis. Freaking burning to a crisp every time we walk outside. Not acceptable, man. It feels like the sun is literally right there. Right there, but you know what's interesting, though? The sun is 93 million miles away. So you thought you was going fast when you were driving? That police thought you was going fast and you had a speeding ticket? Heck no, man. Light don't stop for nobody. Your ass will get run over like right away. Just hit. So light is pretty fast. It's like 620 trillion miles per hour. So go tell that to the freaking police officer next time he tries to pull you over. Say, hey man, I wasn't even going a fraction of the speed of light and maybe you'll get off of it. I don't know. But anyway, so light's pretty fast. Don't slow down for nobody. Coolest thing is, if you were to turn off the sun, or if God were to turn off the sun and say, hey man, they can just freeze down there, I don't really care. It would take us about 8 minutes to even notice. 8 minutes. Just going outside, playing some soccer, whatever. Won't even know that the freaking sun done burnt out and died. That's bad, right? That's real bad. So anyway, that's one thing about light. Now, something else. Light can tell us a whole lot, man. That's like astrophysics on crack. Light is kind of everything. So light is made up of photons. Photons are these little bitty tiny particles that light is made of. Now, be aware that light is both a particle and a wave. So we'll talk about that a little bit later when we get to particle physics. But light is made up of these photons. These photons are generated in the core of the sun. Now, let me talk a little bit about the core of the sun. The core of the sun, that shit is hot. It's real hot in there. You think you sweating? Man, you step on the core of the sun, you're vaporized. Absolutely gone, incinerated. Smells like toast in here. One of those things. So these photons are generated in the absolute core of the sun. The littlest pieces of light are generated there. So the photons just be, coming out of the sun, just be chilling, just on their way, and then smack into the earth. Smack into your country. Into your face. And sometimes I'd be thinking, man, I feel so bad. Those photons have been getting made in the sun for literally thousands of years. That's how long it takes for the photons to be created and then come out of the sun. Up to 600,000 years. So I'd be feeling bad, like, man, yo, I just stopped the photon by looking at it, But I mean, I don't know. As Neil deGrasse Tyson said, maybe they're a little bit happier that way. They know they contributed to something, They contributed to shining your face up. They contributed to us being able to see galaxies and cool stuff like that. So I don't know. I'm sorry, Photon. I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry about that. I really am. Now, something else that light can tell us. We know because of light that the universe is expanding. Forever and ever, they started debating, man, is the universe still? Is it going to collapse? Is it going to expand forever? Nobody freaking knew. Light kind of helped us out with that. Why? Why did light help us out with that? Because when you look at a star, right? And if that sucker looks a little bit bluer than it's supposed to be looking, you kind of know, how it's supposed to look. And it's looking all blue and stuff, like it just ate a lollipop that was blue and its tongue all blue. You know that star is probably going to be coming towards you. Moving towards you. if you looking up at that star and that mug look like it just ate a giant red Jolly Rancher, it's moving a little bit away from you. Now let me explain that. So you know when you be standing outside, right? Freaking big ass ambulance comes by. You're like, man, come on, man, my ears are hurting, yo. Like, cut that noise down. But you know when it's coming up towards you, it sounds all real deep and stuff. And then as it goes away from you, it starts sounding like real deep. So coming towards you, it sounded like really high. Leaving away from you, it sounded real deep. So the sound waves from that ambulance, right? They're gonna be the same no matter what. But the person you sitting in your car, you standing on the side of the sidewalk, you riding your bike, you not going nearly the same speed as the ambulance is going. So when it's coming towards you, those same waves get all squished up together. So there's a whole bunch of waves in a small bit of space. So that's why it sounds so high. As the thing goes farther away, then what happens? What happens there is that waves now stretch out. It's the same wave to the ambulance, but from your ear to the ambulance, it's going to be a little bit longer, so it sounds deep like this. So the same thing happens with light. If something's moving away from you, it's going to look red. If it's coming towards you, it's going to look blue. So there's something pretty freaking awesome about some light, yo. I'm telling you, man, this is pretty interesting stuff. So I would say the last and final thing I'm going to talk about light is this is kind of how we know what the stars are really made of. You know how we go into a store to access, we give our credit card, we get the credit card back, and they say, sign your name. So we sign our name. The universe signs a name by light. So we can see some sexy, just exquisitely beautiful light curves and spectroscopy from the light the stars give off. And those tell us, oh, there's a whole bunch of hydrogen up in here. There's a whole bunch of helium up in here. Maybe there's even some, potassium out here, some calcium. All of these elements are all in the stars. Because you know what happens, right? As the star is emitting the light, so there's thermonuclear fusion all up inside the star. Stuff's getting cooked together. It's freaking awesome. So then when the star starts to shine, certain elements are going to keep some of the light and some are going to let it go away. So hydrogen, of course, keeps a certain amount of light and lets a little bit go away. And so we know those proportions. So we're able to tell, oh, this star has a lot of hydrogen because most of the light looks like what hydrogen would keep or let go. So that's kind of cool, that's a little bit about light there. So yeah, I think that's about it for today. So next time we're going to talk about the Higgs boson. So we're going to talk a little bit about some particle physics. And it's going to be pretty sexy. So get yourselves ready. All right, folks, let me get a witness in here. Physics outreach in the streets.